All right, so GP Sajani is a deck that had been an established meta deck, but it took a nerf to the knee and it was never the same. So Gangplank and Sajani are really sweet because they're kind of unique in the fact that they both have the same level up condition in that they level when you've dealt damage to the enemy nexus in 5 different rounds. So it's worth noting that this deck that we're playing here is not explicitly a turbo or go fast GP Sajani deck. We have some things like Warning Shot in our deck to enable our plunders and get leveled a little bit quicker, but we're not trying to like level Sajani by 6 guaranteed. So this deck is notably playing both Rinding Stones and Wolf Rider here as ways to accelerate our resources so we can play this kind of chunky top end here. If you look at our curve, we've got some beef. So we've got our 6 champions, we've got Jack the Winner, we've got Riptide Rex, and we've got Feel the Rush here, which, while we don't have elusive champions, we do have Overwhelm champions. So Feel the Rush can get us 20 Overwhelm power, which seems quite fantastic. So let's go ahead and dive on into some games with this and see how it feels. Yeah, Rex and Jack technically both got nerfed as well. I think the big nerf that made the Turbo GP Sajani deck not be playable anymore was the Yordle Grifter nerf. The fact that Yordle Grifter didn't guaranteed make you a Warning Shot anymore was a big deal. Collapse, thanks for the follow. Good morning. Make It Rain was increased from 2 mana to 3. Zoe Leeson, eh? You know, honestly, I think I'm just full mulliganing looking for some of my acceleration. Nailed it. So, this is actually a second Ember Maiden deck, and I actually really like the idea of this card. This is a card that helps us kind of control the board early by killing threats like Zoe, and she technically enables our champions leveling up a little bit faster, right? Which is sweet. You are welcome to spam the Zoe emote when she gets played. Encouraged even. Zoe is the best champion, even if we are going to have to Ember Maiden her this turn. To those who listen. Hey, listen.
Fire knows its own.
So 2 out of 5. I'd play Ruthless Raider here. I don't want to trade this here because I would prefer this survive next turn to trigger my Gangplank. So this is going to be Gangplank trigger 3. This will be Gangplank trigger 4. I can level Gangplank and then attack with it the following turn. Oh, we already triggered Gangplank this turn. I'm silly. Right, because that happened already.
Reality is just your mind crumbling under what it doesn't understand, silly.
Under what it doesn't understand, silly.
Destruction feeds my fire.
Playing TV, good morning. Thank you for the follow. Getting hit by a 2-3 Zoe. What's she doing over there? Oh, that's interesting on the sequencing there.
Either the flames or the depths could claim me.
Does Keg work with Ember Maiden the way I want it to here? I think it does, right? Keg will kill this? Ionical, good morning, and thank you for the follow. It doesn't? That's sad. Oh, it isn't a skill? Destructive, good morning. Well, there's no reason to attack this into there. There too, what I don't think pushing the damage is worthwhile.
I am reborn of salt and brine.
Rex nerf was mostly a nerf to Pirate Burn. That's not really true. Pirate Burn didn't play Rex. When Pirate Burn did play top end, they played Captain Farron.
Looking into the future, I see.
I think whether or not it kills the dragon is dictated by whose turn it is.
We feast tonight, Varg. Go, floaty crystals.
This is gonna die to the Gangplank trigger anyways, so I think that's fine.
Leave your bags at the door.
So our best draw in our deck is Feel the Rush next turn. Second best draw is like another champion, so Johnny would be absurd. Depends on who did the last action last turn. Really? You're right. You have a riot source on that one, Aisumishu?
Hang them by their entrails. This one's on the house. Spread your fire.
So they have a free block into this. Might see like a concussive palm here to help keep them alive. Antonos, thanks for the follow. I appreciate that. So they missed this. No, we didn't get raided. There's just all the other big Runeterra streamers took the morning off. So I get to pretend to be a big Runeterra streamer for the morning. Nice. Thanks everybody for dropping in. Are we going to die to this? Chances are yes. Yeah, and this is, these are kind of ramp deck problems, We want to see our Rinding Stones early, not late like this. Was that the best draw in our deck? I think that was the best draw in our deck, chat. Zoe never levels, bro, right? They have another concussive bomb here. Hopefully Shark can take this off the table after we get some kegs here. Morning, Garth. Hey, Scamos, thanks for the prime. There's a lot of great people you can ship that to every single month here on Twitch. Thanks for sending it my way this month, keeping me around. All right, so they've got a flash freeze. Well, to be fair, I haven't quite been streaming Runeterra for an entire year. But yeah, I think Runeterra is very likely to grow. Is this lethal? This is lethal, right? Propel the barrage. It's been a while since we've gotten to use the shark cannon emotes yet. You can always find my deck code by typing !deck in chat.
Drink up. The taverns will sing our tale this eve.
The tavern will sing our tale. Professor, thanks for the follow. Good morning. Yeah, I agree. I don't think a single person was right on their evaluation of Zoe. I was pretty confident Zoe would be playable, but I did not expect her to level at the consistency with which she levels. It's been just very, very impressive card overall. I expected like the 1/1 evasion for one that draws cards to be good. I did not expect her to level up like she does. Definitely getting to play with that card was one of those Riot knows what they're doing type moments for me. Ember Maiden into Wolf Rider is sweet too, because this guarantees that we have plunder for this. Honestly, I think I'm gonna keep Gangplank here too. Perfect. 2, 3, 4, 5.
Out there for I've done. Let's get to it.
Actually, so one of the things that I think people are doing really incorrectly, everybody keeps trying to rank the new champions and like stick one of them as the worst. All 3 of them are playable, chat. Like, this isn't a game like Magic or Hearthstone where they print a bunch of bad cards as just bullshit filler so you open bad cards in your booster packs. Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment from Precipic. I think Riven's probably the most narrow of the 3, and Zoe's the most flexible, but all 3 of them are playable and good. Of the 3 new champions, Vlad's the worst. Listen, my boy Vlad was fine this morning. He was very reasonable. I think I want to save this so they have some better things in play I don't mind killing. I'm going to drop the Ruthless Raider, because Ruthless Raider should be able to trigger Plunder for this next turn, no problem.
The Winter's Claw.
This is outrage. Never lost it.
I imagine it's because everyone has infinite wild cards in charge. Sure, but here's the thing. If you're coming from other games, I know it's very easy to want to focus on always building the best thing because you've been hurt by poor balance design in other card games, but Runeterra is not like these other games where the best deck is infinitely better than the 10th best deck. In Runeterra, you shouldn't be asking yourself the question, what's the most powerful thing? You should be asking yourself the question, what's the thing I'm going to enjoy playing with the most? Because all of these things are fine. Broff and Gillipark, thanks for the follows. Welcome to the channel. I know that that's a big adjustment coming from other games, but it's an adjustment that you should make. You will get more out of Runeterra and likely be happier playing if you are just finding decks that you enjoy as opposed to, like, trying to play the best deck. You're really far off of leveling any of these idiots. Huh. If I Ember Maiden plus Grinding Stones, I can open Riptide Rex next turn? That sounds kind of hot. Well, they have level Twisted Fate.
Take you.
Yeah, this one's dying, but there's going to be a good chance they have another one. Their deck draws a lot of cards. Not yet. And these are dying next turn to her trigger, but that's fine, right? And if they want to block here, then this doesn't die, which is great. Do you have second Twisted Fate? What a weird play. They just, like, have another one? They should definitely kill this. I guess they don't want to take the damage to their Nexus. They don't want to take damage to their Nexus. They're prioritizing keeping their life level high. That's fair. Killing that also denies me a champion trigger this turn, which is meaningful to think about.
You own what you take. I've whipped up something special.
Oh, they were at pack already. I wasn't counting. I need to count those better. I really wish we had some kind of vision. They really need to add, like, an indicator when you click on their deck of where their pack their bags is at. Would be ideal. I don't think we come back from that.
Suppose you want in on
This lethal, not quite. Need one more damage. Good chance for dead here. Alright, tap the top of the deck for a Field of Rush, chat. Oh, we're gonna be 1 mana short, right? We're 1 mana short of Field of Rush here because of the way I timed my, we're gonna stay at 9 because they killed the ramp spell. Yeah, I think we're 1 short of Field. Yeah, I agree. Something like the Mushrooms overlay where it just says, like, pack 2 out of 3 or whatever. Alright, didn't find that anyways. We've been very bad at drawing our namesake so far today. Yeah, I think the Teemo Sajani deck's really reasonable. Morning forever. Happy Wednesday. Happy Eve of Christmas Eve. For those that are into those types of holidays. Michael sent us out. Thanks for the follow. Good morning. We're very good at drawing 0-0-3s in the late game so far today. I think I'm full mulliganing, looking for cheaper stuff. Runeterra Vault Eve. Okay. We found an aggro matchup and we found our field rush. Feels bad, man.
What does he want from me?
What does he want from
Out
me?
of here!
Success gets noticed around here.
Take a blocker. Buffer our life total early here. This is the highest number of Runeterra viewers I've had without a host, Fox. Grinding stones into Jack is a real good curve here. That's rough. This is gonna be a really big attack here. So we're gonna take 7. We'll trade with the 3-2. Because the Scargrounds deck is playing the landmark removal that kills damaged units. Because being able to kill Grand Plaza is really important.
Who's ready for a show?
Oh, Asakas, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Scorched Earth is much better than Guillotine in the current format. Yeah, prismatic cards look sweet. Does her non-prismatic card have spears that stick out of the card? And I'm just not remembering?
What does he want from me?
Morning, Steve. The spears have always been there. Okay, just haven't noticed them. I'll have to pay attention next time we play against a normal Kalista. Oh, there's a spear for every kill. Oh, okay, that's kind of sick. So,
Don't you dare run.
I do this just to protect my life total here. And then I can play Rinding Stones. And then next turn I get to go Sleep with the Fishes Riptide Rexure board. Because we're at 6 right now, so we'll go up to 8 next turn. And then 2 turns from next turn we'll be able to feel the rush. I don't think I want to sleep this round. I think there's value on... keeping my... I think I'd rather do this than Warning Shot for now. The burst speed on this could be valuable later. I think there's value on keeping my units' life total is higher, so they're better blockers. Wow, that's super unlucky. Damn it, Rex. So just as a point of reference, True Death, when someone asks you like what problem a card solves, like saying it just has synergy doesn't really answer that question. Lots of cards in Runeterra and card games have synergy with each other, but it doesn't mean they're worth playing. You have to have some kind of process or system for narrowing down which cards are worth playing and which ones aren't. If you just put all the cards together that have synergy, you're gonna have like, 80 or 90 cards in the deck. Find out if they have a They Who Endure next turn, huh? So they definitely have an Endure because they're playing that just so it can die.
Lock the doors.
We're very far away from leveling our champions. This is why we saved the warning shot. Being able to Rex here with the single action is huge. Okay, we killed the Kalista here at least, so I'll take it. This does mean I can't feel the rush next turn, but I think that's okay. Morning, KT. Would have liked to kill this, but we killed the Kalista, which is all we could really ask for. Battle Fury is very good, Mortal. Whenever we play that deck, people are always like, we should cut Battle Fury, and it's always like, or we shouldn't. Or maybe we shouldn't. Fashion, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Yum, yum.
Flying.
From the savage cold.
I mean, we play this turn and then get to feel the rush next turn, huh?
Prove your worth.
You got 2 thumbs and is dead to atrocity. This guy right here. I think there's any reason to play this out, right? After the last stream where you talked about not cutting Battle Fury, you hosted another streamer who's playing that deck and talked about how they cut Battle Fury for Tryndamere. Yep. It's a pretty common thing. You're unfortunately very far off of this being leveled. We're pretty dead to second Endure here. Morning ASAP. 10/10s, how quaint. Save them some brain power.
This isn't the end.
Why haven't we blinged out our collection? Yeah, I'm waiting to hear back from Riot folks if they're going to give us Essence for being in the League Partner Program. I'm not going to spend a bunch of actual money on it if they're going to give it to us for free. Feels like something they would do. They all just went on a holiday break, though, so I won't hear back till after the new year. Alright, Feel the Rush Mirror. Their deck's obviously fairly different from ours. We're going to mulligan everything but the Rinding Stones here. Would love a 5-drop to pair with this. Huh. With Ember Maiden, with these two, I might actually Ember Maiden on 3, so we can get Wolf Rider with Plunder right away. This deck's been a little bit worse than the Vlad Scargrounds for sure. We got into Shark Cannon people though, so it's not all bad.
Destruction feeds my fire.
Hippo, thanks for the follow. Good morning. So third deck today, Victor Draven. Oh, the Victor Draven deck looked reasonable too. The viewer count stays above 500 folks. We're probably gonna do a fourth deck as well. I have Zoe Yasuo loaded up in my queue, ready to go.
Smell that barg? Fear.
It could be right to open attacks here because of Trundle.
Maul them.
I think I'm okay with this trade.
Bastards.
Opponent thoroughly accelerating here. So if I Wolf Rider, I don't get to use my resources efficiently this turn. The upside to playing Wolf Rider, though, is that if they attack with this, I get to block, and then my Rex is going to kill this, which is nice. Catchai, welcome to the channel. Thanks for the follow. Sometimes the deck overlay doesn't load by default. You'll want to refresh your stream. If it still doesn't work, you'll want to disable your ad blocker. You're currently subbed, Febo, so you won't have ads on this channel anyways, but some ad blockers, screw with the extension. The way the extension overlays on top of the video is very similar to overlay ads. Alright, well, we'll get to feel the rush next turn. Ranked ladder seasons are 2 months in Runeterra. So there is a seasonal tournament every 2 months that each the ladder feeds into.
This'll be a slaughter.
I want to block to play around Atrocity. Blocking their Tryndamere also means if they Ruinate, it's better for us. So, Wolf Rider and Grinding Zones. I know it's very easy as a member of Twitch chat to see this game where I drew 2 Wolf Riders and 2 Grinding Stones and think that we don't need both of them. But I promise you that from a consistency standpoint, you're not always going to draw both of them. Yikes.
Fire knows its own. Burn!
For the record, I agree that Stones is much worse than Wolf Rider. And if I could play 5, if they would let me play 5 or 6 copies of Wolf Rider, I would play 5 or 6 copies of Wolf Rider. However, they do not allow me to play 5 or 6 copies of Wolf Rider, so we're not.
Cut my name into ya.
So this is gonna level Sajani next turn.
Breathe it. Only the strong survive.
Do we Riptide Rex? I kind of think we Riptide Rex, huh? It could be right to attack first, though, for fear of Ruination. Attacking is certainly better into Ruination.
Nothing's tougher than a troll.
Ishan, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. I think I'm gonna do this so that way their damage-based removal is worse against my Shijani here. Like if I let this take the hit there, it's not great for us.
The trolls are going to war. There'll be blood in the water.
Nice. Nailed it. He's very dead. This is why I kept the flash freeze for reference. I kept the flash freeze so that way I could always have a freeze on demand in response to an atrocity. For the person asking why I warning shot instead of flash freezing earlier.
Aren't any gods here? Just me.
Oh, that's rough. So we're dead. They get to hook the shark and then overwhelm for 5. That's a close game. Obviously, I could have something, but there's no point in taking the time out of my day to bluff there because my opponent's obligated to make that attack because they're dead next turn. So you can't bluff a situation where your opponent is obligated to call. Mono Ash, eh? Wonder if they're an Intrigue deck. Wonder if they're an Intrigue deck. Might keep Hired Gun as a cheap early play. Mulligan for some ramp. We're attacking on odds here, which makes Wolf Rider a little bit awkward. Hoping to draw a warning shot or an Ember Maiden so we can enable him on 4. Opponent is a professional Freljord player here with the Hawk on 1. Yeah, I'm gonna wait on this.
Success gets noticed around here.
Patience.
Don't stand in my way.
This might just be a game where we have Wolf Rider. And again, like, so, going back to what we talked about last game, where, you know, Wolf Rider was much better last game, but think about, you know, Grinding Stones here. Stones would have been much better this game, right? Like, if I would have had Stones instead of Wolf Rider, I would have been able to play a 5-drop on turn 4 here. Whereas now I just have this, and I'm going to be playing it out as a 4-4, 4-3 Overwhelm. It's not particularly exciting.
Smell that barg? Fear.
And in general, you don't want to make knee-jerk changes to the decks that you're playing based on the anecdotal one game or two that you've played. Sure. Huh? So we can hired gun here, and then Wolf Rider can potentially kill this, and we can drop the stones.
Gotcha.
The time is right. Strike now.
I'm gonna use my spell mana and ice them back here. Pretty tempo even exchange, all things considered. So if they have a freeze in their hands here, they could technically attack us for 12, 13 unblockable.
Not my first gunfight. Son of a...
How about my rules?
So on their next turn, we can play Field Rush here, theoretically. Well, that's terrifying.
I promised a bloodbath.
Blood on the snow.
My aim is true.
Why is Monkey Idol better than Ember Maiden? Instead of me telling you your idea is bad, tell me why it's good.
Bastards.
Can't be.
I think we're pretty dead here, huh? We're just gonna have open attacks and slaughter us. Let's try one more with this. This one has felt pretty clunky so far, and I think I'm about ready to move on. Give it one more shake here. It's a good line, Leebs. In a lot of ways, being a Twitch streamer is not like being a parent to a small child. You have to speak slowly and repeat yourself often. I have a lot of experience with both those things. Maiden into Wolf Rider sounds great. In fact, someone talking about Monkey Idol versus Ember Maiden. Ember Maiden's a very good reason. Wolf Rider's a very good reason why Ember Maiden's better. It's just a great example. Ember Maiden guarantees enables our Wolf Rider the following turn, whereas Monkey Idol sometimes doesn't deal damage until the very end, which means you can't always lean on it to guarantee plunder for this card. This card also has the fantastic upside of being able to clean out opposing small units, like things like Zoe. So between the synergy with this and the ability to help us control the board, I think Ember Maiden's much better in this slot. Yeah, there's a lot of Zoes and Teemos people are playing right now.
Making the day.
One of my favorite things to do when I was teaching is I would always put answers to one or two questions on my first exam in the syllabus. And like, I'm not even talking about hints. I'd just be like, the answer to question 12 is D, or the answer to question 12 is 27, just to like see who missed that question because they didn't read the syllabus. For people that are new to the channel, in a previous life before I was a full-time internet meme, I have a master's degree in mathematics with a minor in education. I spent some time teaching high school. I spent some time teaching at various colleges and universities in my area. What's a syllabus? It's the document a teacher gives out at the start of the semester that details all the rules and procedures that the people in the class are expected to follow. And generally speaking, you're supposed to read the syllabus. You expect students to do that.
We're gonna need more coffins.
They all scream.
Hey, Watermelon, thank you for the happy year support. I really appreciate that. Welcome back. Good morning. They gonna open on attacks for 8 here? They are not.
You own what you take.
It was a huge mistake by the opponent. Maybe. It's very easy for Twitch chat at home to think things are mistakes because they can see my hand.
Dead men tell my tale. You've got to be kidding me.
Well, we are super dead to an ephemeral unit next turn, huh? So they're gonna have 3 sharks come back if they have an ephemeral unit? I believe we have died. Oh, this isn't quite leveled yet. Can we survive if it's not leveled yet? Maybe?
Aren't any gods here? Just me. No one lives. Don't you dare run.
I'm not dead yet. We are unfortunately 1 mana short of Field of Rush next turn.
Lock the doors. Make 'em bleed.
Is this lethal? Is this lethal? Man, I feel like we stole that one. That felt, yeah. Yeah, I think they were supposed to play. To be fair to our opponent, Shark Cannon is not a. It's not a super common card in the metagame anymore. So like being able to think about playing around that is a little bit outside the box. I think. I don't really fault my opponent for not having that one on their radar. And to be fair, had I been incredibly lucky, even if my opponent played around that, they still would have died, right? Okay, and Joe, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. I think the Shark Cannon nerf was pretty unnecessary. That card wasn't seeing a ton of play when it got nerfed, and like it doesn't see almost any play now.
They never stop.
Good morning, Pico. Welcome to the channel. It is still morning, right? Yeah, 11 a.m. Starting earlier has thrown me off a little bit. That card was utterly broken. What are you talking about? One of my favorite things about Runeterra compared to other card games is that when people make really stupid comments like, that card was really overpowered, what are you talking about? There's objective win rate and matchup data that I can go reference and be like, nah, you're just wrong. Fuck your feelings. Your feelings, you could say you didn't like the card, but saying that it was too strong or busted was just objectively untrue. I think Shark Cannon is a card that has a lot of variance built into it. So similar to Targon's Peak, it feels bad in some games. But the idea that the card was objectively too strong just is not backed up by the data available. Yeah, it wasn't played much, and when it was played, it didn't have a high win rate. It was not too strong. Not at all. Bad Brains, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel.
There you are.
Sure, yeah, and that's the thing too, right? Make It Rain was nerfed right around the same time as well. I think I'm actually Bloodsworn pledging this turn to keep these alive through these challengers, I think is the play. Yeah, but even the decks that he could be played in, like, for example, Rex was nerfed around the same time that the Allegiance card was nerfed too, and the Allegiance card getting nerfed was also a power level decrease. Chat can have different opinions. So here's the thing. Here's the problem with our society today. You can have an opinion on what your favorite cake is. You can have an opinion on what color shoes you like, but 2 + 2 = 5 is not an opinion. It just means you're stupid. It just means you don't understand reality. A big problem with discourse, not just in card games, but in life in general in 2020, is that too many people think it's okay to have opinions on things that are just objectively right or wrong. You can trace a lot of problems that we have today, especially in the United States, to people thinking they can have opinions on complex issues. Like, there's a lot of new people in chat, so just to let you know where we stand. For example, if you think wearing a mask is a political opinion, you're a fucking idiot. Put a mask on and don't spread a preventable disease. That is not an opinion. That is scientific fact. When you sneeze, a mask keeps the germs from going everywhere. It's very simple. Thanks for the follow, Millie Games. I think we're playing Hired Gun here, and then we can play a 5/5 next turn to get to eat this in combat. Morning, Namor. The question is, do I want to get Jack down or do I want to play Gangplank? I probably want to get Jack down so Gangplank has a better chance of living long term. Hey, try KK, thanks for the Prime support. And there's a lot of great people you can send that to every single month here on Twitch. Thanks for sending it my way this month. Labrat, thanks for the 19 months of Prime. That's a long time. Welcome back.
Who's ready for a show?
Calio Boy, thanks for the follow. And that what's it called? Our combat trick last turn is a grant, so these permanently keep that bonus, which is real good with their tough. I think I'm okay taking this trade here. They don't have a good second block on this. No reason to run this into their 3 and 4 power things, though. I guess it could be right to run this in, because if I run this in, Ember Maiden could finish either of these off that block it. I've only been watching a little while, mainly YouTube stuff, and I love your content. I've been sharing it with my friends so they can pick it up. Some no tofu. thanks for watching, and thanks for sharing. I appreciate that.
I promised a bloodbath.
That's true. The number one cause of side effects is adults. Vaccines are responsible for many adults. And honestly, adults kind of suck if you really think about it. So, you know, are they really a good thing if vaccines cause adults, chat?
Everyone's a garden.
I think we get to... so, like, this could be valuable for healing us, but if they have a They Who Endure, it's going to hit us for a lot anyways. I think I'd rather keep Jack alive here. Am I secretly 3 children in a trench coat? I am. Only Christy knows my true form. At this point, I think I'm doing this just to work on leveling my champions. The Rinding Stones isn't doing a whole lot anyways. Sure. This trophy sleeve looks so good, by the way. Right, did a great job with their art. Okay, so if the stones live to next turn, and I bank a little bit of spell mana here, we can feel the rush. Z Dane, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. I think we're gonna sleep with the fishes into Wolf Rider, and then we're gonna die to They Who Endure. Yeah, I think we're gonna Wolf Riders, that way even if this dies, we can feel the rush next turn. If we can dodge a They Who Endure, we can dodge a ball. That being said, we've not been able to dodge They Who Endure today. I think every game, we played this matchup 2 or 3 times now, and every game they've had it right on curve right away.
We feast tonight, Varg.
You wanted wrath.
That is not the flash freeze I wanted for Christmas, chat. Yeah, alright, I think we're gonna slide along to the next deck in our queue. To talk about this one for a minute, feel the rush, I think we played this in like 1, maybe 2 games in the games that we had in that set, and I think we lost most of the games we played it. Like, They Who Endures were bigger, our opponents also had Feel the Rush when we got to play it, and there were so many more games where this card just rotted in our hands and we didn't have anything to do with it. Like, our deck has so much chunk at the top end of the curve here, it was really hard to be able to both ramp, play to the board, and still be able to bank 3 spell mana to be able to play this card the turn we got to 9 mana crystals. I really wasn't super happy with what it was doing. And past that, like I mentioned during the opener that this explicitly was not like trying to be a turbo Sajani Gangplank deck, and it really wasn't. Like we had a hard time getting our champions leveled. I think we only leveled Sajani once in an hour, and We didn't even have that many ways to enable it even once she was leveled. So overall, this one felt like a bit of a miss to me. I think overall, this archetype, the way this is built is just a little bit clunky, and Feel the Rush explicitly did not feel like a good piece of top end for what this deck was looking to do. This was a viewer submission innuendo. But honestly, I mean, like, even if it was a build around for Feel the Rush plus Sajani Gangplank, I don't really know that I have any ideas to make this better. This idea doesn't seem very good. I think if you're looking to punk people with Feel the Rush, I'd rather play elusive things, or play it in a control deck with things like Tryndamere, rather than trying to play it with cards like these. Alright, what are we doing? Our third deck day, we're gonna play some Victor Draven. Let me make sure